What's up, guys? It is Friday, October 25th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 867,367. TikTok next block. Listen, man, it is 8:37 p.m. Pacific time here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I got to say, man, this is surreal for me. Donald Trump was here last night in Las Vegas, and now he just got done shooting the Joe Rogan Experience on his podcast. And I am watching it right now. I'm about 38 minutes in, and I looked at my clock. I said, man, 3 hours. I got to shoot a video. So I'm going to talk more about this, and there's other things going on too. But I have to talk about this real quick. In the first 30-something minutes, first of all, Joe Rogan, you can tell he's kind of like trying to reel Trump in because he asked him a question, and Trump starts going on, and Joe's like, listen, everybody knows all that. Let's talk about this or whatever, right? But you can tell they're starting to settle in a little bit. Everybody know this is a big moment, man. This is a huge moment. And in the first few minutes, he was asking him, what was it like to be, when you first came, what were you expecting? When you came to the White House and, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And, Trump likes to go, what's that thing, the weaving, when he goes all around the world and then comes back. But the main thing that I'm getting so far, and again, I'm not even, a third through it. I'm only 38 minutes in out of a 3-hour episode. First of all, Kamala Harris could never do this. I'm taking the night off. I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm just going to do that. I got it paused. I'm just going to watch this video. But they started talking about the mainstream media. And let me tell you, man, we are watching the demise of them. If they don't stop doing this crap, because again, I know there's other stuff that's going on. Like, for instance, the stuff about him with that girl that came out, the girl, he groped a girl 30 something years ago and all this nonsense. And then, them saying he's Hitler and they're attacking him. He's a fascist and everything else. That's how you know we're winning. And guys, it's not about Democrat and Republicans. He was talking about that in the Joe Rogan interview too, basically saying, he hired some really bad people on the Republican side. And they started talking about the media. They started talking about, Kamala Harris's, debate and how, he was debating the two moderators and also how the 60 Minutes, chopped up her thing. And then Joe Rogan was like, oh, they edited it. He goes, no, that's not edit. That's a fraud. It's one thing to take a word out here or a sentence over here, but this is fraud, what they're doing. And he's right. It totally is. I mean, think about it. Do you think, like, for instance, Kamala Harris being on CNN the other night and her, everybody's, the left is getting mad at Anderson Cooper for basically being too tough on her or whatever. But do you think they would ever ask Donald Trump on a CNN town hall, which he had one, by the way? Would you think they'd ask him, what are your biggest mistakes? And, what could you do better? And blah, 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 being all soft. No, of course not. It's so rigged. And these people need to make a decision, man, the mainstream media. And also, too, he was talking about the lady from The View. Joe Rogan was talking about The View, how they loved him at first and all that. And then he named the one that sits on the end who used to work for him and stuff. But they were also talking about, his friends that were Republicans or whatever. He was saying, he's like, look, I want to get a job with CNN, but they told me they can't hire me unless I talk bad about you. It's so clear as day. Again, I don't care if you don't like Trump. If you don't like Trump, it's fine. Don't like him. But don't look at everything from one perspective. Right? There's 3 sides of every story, guys. There's a left side, there's a right side, then there's the truth, right? But when you're looking at media and regurgitating the 85 to 90% of the negative coverage of Trump, what do you think is going to happen to you when you live in that bubble? That's why I watch all news, man. And Joe Rogan, the biggest podcaster in the world, I think he's number 1 in like 40-something different countries or something like that. This is absolutely huge, guys. And this, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this interview right here is going to speed up the collapse, or dare I say, maybe the changing of the guard, if you will, because if the media doesn't step up and change what they're doing, because again, everybody knows what you're doing. That's why they don't get any views anymore. These companies, the CNNs, the MSDNCs and all that, they are paying millions of dollars of overhead. These guys make millions of dollars too, and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I heard they just got a pay cut. Some of the journalists, the opinionators, the opinion people on there, that overhead, they don't have enough money from the revenue with the advertisers because, again, you got X, you got all these podcasters, you got PBD podcast with Trump's son on there. That was a great podcast today. I watched that too, man. If you haven't watched the Eric Trump podcast, watch that too. That was absolutely outstanding. Before you watch the podcast with Joe Rogan, I'm just feeling like, man, I'm so happy, but at the same time, I'm just like, what are these people are going to do, man? Because this October surprise, I don't think that was it with that girl, the SI model or whatever swimsuit. And of course, they had to add in the Jeffrey Epstein a little pinch of that. Oh, I was with Jeffrey Epstein and Trump and him are friends. They better tread lightly, these people with Jeffrey Epstein, because again, all these people are connected to him, these evil people. So I think this is these last 12 days or whatever. The October surprise is not going to be anything good, man. It's going to be something because they can't, do grape allegations and women and this and that. That stuff is not working, man. The 45, 46, 47% or whatever that hate them, they're going to hate them. But that last 6 to 8 to 10% in the middle, and people, even the Democrats that don't hate them, but the people that are kind of common sense, they're even coming over. You know what I mean? Tulsi Gabbard has a big following. RFK Jr. has a big following. Obviously, Elon Musk has a big following. I think if everything goes right, I think Pennsylvania is going to be won by the America First movement. If you look at the team that these people are building versus the team that, quote unquote, Kamala's building. Again, Kamala is a puppet, guys. And you think she could ever go on Joe Rogan's show? No, she can't. And this October surprise, I have a funny feeling is going to be bad. Gonna be not good, and I just hope everything is gonna be okay. And I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm just like, don't get too happy because these people, these serpents, these demons are not gonna go out without a fight. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, man, we're watching history. We're watching a political comeback that we've never seen before. What Trump is doing, man. To go from January 6, 2021, all that stuff that happened all the way up until now, almost 4 years later, 3 3/4 years later. And then you got Kamala Harris, who didn't get one single primary vote, get anointed in there. And now her, everything happened with the joy, and she was great the first month. And then now she's just collapsing, and Trump is just skyrocketing it up. And we're watching history. We really are. But we got to stand strong. We got to fight peacefully, YouTube. I just got almost a strike. I got a warning, and I had to do a training class to make sure I don't say the wrong things on YouTube, because I said something about the election of 2024. I said, you know what I say, and I can't say it now, but we need Trump back in office. We need Elon not to go to prison. In order for that to happen, we need Trump in office, because if we don't, it's going to be hell to pay. God bless you. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you and your family. Pray for President Trump, man. Pray for this country. And God bless the United States of America. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.